I'm Brittany.
And I'm Charmaine.
And we are the Complex Girls.
Today we are so excited to bring you a conversation about self-care.
Yes.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, and sometimes you can feel hopeless and sad.
Yeah.
At least that's some of the emotions I've been having. So I thought it would be really cool to do a conversation about self-care, just some things that we've been doing lately that's really helped us kind of develop our own self-care practices, and talk to you all about what things you can do and just have a cool conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so first, I think we can just jump into what do you define self-care to be? Like, how do you define self-care? What things do you do to maintain self-care? So for me, I like to meditate. I also like to make playlists for myself, just like chill vibes. A lot of times I used it when I was in college. I wanted to make playlists so I could have music to study to. So those are the types of things that I did to maintain my own like peace and like serenity. Definitely music is a big part of it, meditation, and just going outside, being in nature, going to the park. I think it's just surrounding yourself with things that make you feel good. That's what self-care means to me.
How I define it is like, what do you do when you start to feel sad?
Yeah.
Or what do you do when you start to feel like a wave of depression coming on? A lot of the things that I do is meditate, as well as read, or look at fashion stuff. We're always looking at articles, seeing what's kind of going on in the industry, or watching YouTube. You know, YouTubers are obviously a part of our lives, so we watch a lot of different videos, and I think sometimes finding something to kind of take your mind off of what is making you sad or what is making you feel depressed is really an act of self-care, like actually doing something to overcome it rather than like wallow, which I think is one of the hardest things, is to not wallow in sadness, but to kind of figure out and uplift yourself to like whatever uplifts you, if that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with sadness.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously a natural emotion, but I think sometimes things like a lot of things are happening in the world that I feel like are evoking a lot of sadness, and it's kind of hard to be like, okay, let me go about my day.
Yeah, it's hard to be like, okay,
ignore,
like a switch.
Like there's a war going on.
Yeah.
There's like, you know, poverty and all these different things that sometimes you feel like, what can I do? And there's obviously a lot of like relief efforts and ways that we can help like situations kind of happening in the world. But I think when it comes to yourself, a lot of it is just, it's like a mental thing to where, okay, if I'm starting to feel sad, like let me do a meditation, or let me read this book I really love, or watch this movie I really love. I think that really helps.
Self-care is the recognition of that, the recognition of your emotions, which is kind of hard to do because I feel like I wasn't really taught that. Like you kind of have to like learn
we kind of have
more
to
about yourself. Like at least, I mean, we're 25 right now, so definitely adolescence was a time of discovery. It was a time of a lot of emotions. I'd say just relationships, boys, friends, family, like a lot of different things happening. So I think the older I've gotten, the more I've been able to recognize, this is how I'm feeling, this is ways that I can deal with that emotion.
Yeah. One of my biggest tips for self-care is to be patient with yourself. Even when I first started meditating, it was really hard to get to like a quiet center in my mind because you're thinking about all the mind chatter, it's called. So I think it's really key to just be patient with yourself with whatever situation you're in, whatever acts of self-care you're trying to do to kind of better your mental state. Like just be patient with yourself and just allow yourself to kind of self-develop within whatever self-care act that is, because everything is gonna teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something I really learned with meditating, is that it has taught me to be more thoughtful, and has taught me to kind of have less mind chatter that used to affect me a lot. So definitely be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
You will get there.
Yes, you will.
You will.
My number one tip is to take yourself out on dates. And what I mean by that is, I feel like there's a stigma that like going to stuff alone is like bad, like whether you're going to like the movies or like to a coffee shop, open mic or something. Like I want myself to experience more things, even if it's just with myself. So I'd say take yourself out on dates, try new foods that you've always wanted to try, and you can kind of find things that you like. You can find things that you find fun.
Yeah.
And it can be enjoyable just for you, and that's cool, because you know, eventually you can be like, hey, you can have an idea of dates you can go on with other people, but at least like you're comfortable. You're comfortable, or with your sister,
or
your
sister,
sibling,
bestie,
you know, like,
aunt, uncle, mom, dad.
Find stuff that you enjoy and experience it like just with yourself, like immerse yourself in it. That's what I would say. Thank you all so much for watching this video.
Thank you.
We really hope y'all got some little tidbits, I guess, more about us, and like our journey of self-care, but also like what you could do, because we know self-care is really important, and we've had our own journeys of it, and just how it really changes your life, I would say, taking care of yourself. So we really wanted to have this conversation with you all, just bring it to light.
And definitely please leave a comment below and let us know what your self-care practices are. If you've had your own self-care development journey that you're willing to share, we'd love to know in the comments.
Yes, we'd love to know. So if you want to keep up with us on any of our socials, we are The Complex Girls.
At The Complex Girls.
On Instagram and Twitter. Those are the main ones that we want to tell you all about, because those are the main ones we post on.
Yeah.
But, definitely those, and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So join the family if you are digging our content. We love making these types of videos, whether it's sit down or a lookbook. So if you enjoy it, then definitely subscribe to our channel.
I know, join the fam.
Join the family. Why are you hitting my back? Ow.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you all so much for watching.
We will see you in our next video.
Bye-bye.